And then maybe like the lower half is the old caravanserai. And then maybe above that we put in a new roof. Right, so a old foundation and a modern roof. Maybe. Those should go. Oh no! Wait, what? Why did that break? Why would that break? Come on, get down. Get in the you what? You can't get in there while flying? Is the hitbox bigger when you're flying than when you're walking? Is that what's going on? Oops. There's a cave down there, interesting. Then down here... Is that Wesley running around up there? No, it's a bird. In fact, let me just go look up more pictures of caravansaries. Caravanserai images. Oh, very interesting. Oh, look at that. I invite you to go to Google image search and type in caravanserai to see what they look like. It is actually rather interesting. Yes, yeah, very interesting. Some are more fortified than others. I guess depending on whether you expect to get raided. Oops. But also a half-ruined one. Q says, look like what most people build in the desert, low-lying castle. Yes. But the point of it is when you have camel caravans crossing the desert, you need places for the camels to rest and eat and get water and all that. And so you would kind of go into a caravanserai and have your caravan rest. And it is indeed fortified because sometimes bandits will come raid your caravans because you're carrying a whole bunch of loot. So you do need the walls to protect the goods that you're carrying. And also to protect against sandstorms and things, right? Oh, the caravanserai would also be half buried in the sand. Because if the pyramid at Ozymandias is half buried in the sand, presumably everything else is also half buried in the sand. So we'd be building this train station onto the roof of the old broken caravanserai. It's gonna be interesting. The more I think about it, the more interesting it might be. Oh hey! How are things going here? Good? Let me wander over here, just check everything. I guess one of us needs to start from the other end, on the other side. Alright, so if you would like to just work down here, Wesley, I'll start from the other end and we'll meet in the middle. Flying, flying, flying. Turns out flying in enclosed spaces is not very smooth. Probably just shouldn't fly, probably should just walk. I don't know if you're watching this, Wesley, but there's a lot of stuff we still have to do. Yeah, no, pretty much the entire length we still have to do. No, literally the entire length. Wow. Oh, the train station isn't done yet. Let me do the train station too, because we need cobble under the train station, right? Let me do this as well. Let me grab my cobble. Don't need those anymore, I don't think. How would we make it so that it's clear that it's a caravanserai? Maybe we don't need to make it clear that it's a caravanserai. People can just like, it doesn't really matter if it's not 100% obvious. Oh hey, look at the station here. Canopy station. Oh, wait a minute. The wood starts here. Yes. I guess we can do that. And probably close that off. And do that. That's right, isn't it? Pretty sure that's correct. What about the... Yeah, no, that's correct. I can't believe the vines have invaded down here as well. How did this even grow down here? The vines grow everywhere. Actually, if the vines grow everywhere, wouldn't the jungle just turn into... Like, wouldn't it eventually become completely covered in vines? Do vines grow sideways? Also, this should be covered up. What's happening here? That should be that. But Ozymandias, I mean, the poem is about hubris and I guess the ephemerality of power. How can the train station also be about hubris? Should the station be humble and practical, or should it also be monumental? I guess it should be humble and practical. In which case, it might just be a tent. What if it's just like a tent on top of old monumental foundations that have fallen to ruins? Ah. So old monumental foundations, and then something like light and kinda impermanent on top of it. Seems a bit too simple for a train station, though. Well, but the foundations, it'll be built on top of something monumental. So, so like the bottom half is gonna be epic, and then the top half is just gonna be practical and not that amazing. You'd think if they went through the trouble of providing a train network, they would build a station to match. But the thing is, the station itself is just a half-buried pyramid in the sand. So the destination is actually, you know, like sometimes stations go to places that aren't that habited. You know, maybe it's just a small town in between the large cities. You know what I mean? Maybe there's less of that in Europe. True. True. Oh crap. The vines grow everywhere. Train stations are usually relatively permanent, but it can be small and simple. I mean, it doesn't necessarily even need to have a roof. We're making these a little more substantial because we want to build architecture. We could just leave them as is. Pop-up train stations. You know, it's possible to have a pop-up train station. Or is it possible? You just temporarily add a station to a network. Oh, hi. Are we done? Are we done with this? Yeah, we're done with this. Most train stations I know are pretty much just platforms. That's true. We want to make architecture though. Let's go over to Ozymandias, Wesley, and we can discuss further while looking at the actual site. Oh, oops, sorry. Let me put the wood away and let me get a minecart. I'm gonna ride the minecart to Ozymandias. Hopefully nothing's broken. We might also inspect the track from above to make sure everything's good. I think everything's good. Seems good. No lag issues today? That's incredible. I am streaming, right? Not sure why there would be no lag issues. Let's see, 2-4 Ozymandias. Hopefully this takes me to where I want to go.